Bullies ripped her dress at the bar until her billionaire husband walked in and made them beg for mercy. Lina Harper had never felt more exposed in her life. The champagne glass shattered at her feet, scattering sparkling liquid across the marble floor as three women closed in around her. Before she could react, she felt a sickening rip of fabric down her back. Her sapphire gown, chosen just for the night, hung in tatters while they laughed, merciless and cruel. They had no idea her husband was about to walk through the door. Lina's heart pounded as she tried to steady her trembling hands. She had always valued simplicity, privacy, and kindness, yet tonight, all of that seemed irrelevant in the face of pure humiliation. 2 years ago, she had married Adrian Sinclair. Few knew of their union. Adrian, a billionaire tycoon whose investments spanned commercial skyscrapers, tech startups, and luxury hotels, lived in a world Lina barely glimpsed. She, on the other hand, worked part-time at a community center teaching art to underprivileged children. She drove a modest sedan and frequented the same corner coffee shop she had been going for years. When Adrian proposed, he asked her what kind of life she wanted. Would she want glamour, notoriety, a life under the constant glare of the public eye? Lina had answered simply. She wanted them, just them, without the noise. Adrian had smiled, that disarming, confident smile, and told her he wanted exactly the same. They married quietly, with only a few close family members in attendance, and had kept their life deliberately private ever since. Tonight, however, was their second anniversary, and Adrian had insisted on something special. He'd been buried in a major acquisition, and their time together had been scarce. When he texted Lina the address of an exclusive downtown lounge and told her to wear something beautiful, she felt a thrill of anticipation. She had gone shopping for the first time in months and found a sapphire blue gown that fit like it was made for her. It wasn't designer, but in the mirror, she looked radiant, confident, beautiful. She arrived at the lounge, her heart racing, greeted by the soft glow of chandeliers, marble floors, and the gentle hum of ambient jazz. She gave her name at the door, and the hostess smiled, directing her to the bar. Lina, who usually preferred the paint-stained floors of her community center to this kind of opulence, felt slightly out of place. She took a seat and ordered water, checking her phone. Adrian had texted, running a little late, "My love, go ahead and order whatever you like. Can't wait to see you." As she sipped her water, Lina noticed them. 3 women seated in a curved booth near the windows, each radiating wealth and confidence. The first, in white satin, had sharp, calculating eyes. The second, dressed in sleek black, had a presence that commanded attention. The third, in muted beige, smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. They were staring at her, not politely, but like predators circling prey. The woman in white approached, heels clicking across the marble. "I love your dress," she said with faux sweetness. "Where'd you get it? A discount shop?" Lina forced a polite smile. "Thank you. I just bought it recently." Her laughter rang out, cruel and deliberate. "Oh, we can tell." The other 2 joined her, flanking Lina as though she were an exhibit in a gallery of ridicule. "So," the woman in black said, swirling her wine, "what brings you here? This isn't really your scene." "I'm meeting my husband," Lina replied firmly. All 3 burst out laughing. The woman in white, Vanessa Klein, slapped the bar dramatically. "Your husband? Here? Sweetheart, I don't think you understand what kind of place this is." "Then I guess I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be," Lina said, keeping her composure despite the laughter ringing in her ears. The third woman, Erica Monroe, leaned in with fake concern. "Are you sure he's coming?" Sometimes men say things to let women down easy. Lina's phone buzzed. "Adrian, 5 more minutes. I promise it will be worth it." She showed them the text, thinking proof might deter their mockery. Instead, Vanessa snatched the phone. "Let's see. 5 more minutes. I promise it will be worth it." "Oh, how sweet. But really, does he even exist?" "Give me my phone," Lina said quietly. "Relax. We're just having fun," Vanessa said, holding it out of reach. Lina's hand shook as she lunged for it, and Vanessa finally tossed it back with a smirk. She stood to leave, feeling humiliated, only to have her path blocked. In a casual, Oops gesture, Vanessa tipped her red wine. The liquid splashed across Lina's gown, soaking through the fabric. Lina gasped. Then came the rip. Lauren Banks, the woman in black, grabbed the back of her gown and yanked. The dress tore from the top of her back down to her hips. Lina froze, her hands instinctively covering herself, as the three women erupted into laughter. Phones came out, recording every second. The bartender rushed over, pale and apologetic, draping his jacket around her shoulders. "I'm so sorry, ma'am." She couldn't speak, couldn't move. Her mind raced, trying to decide whether to call Adrian or vanish entirely. And then the door opened. Adrian Sinclair stepped into the lounge. His presence immediately commanded the room. Tall, impeccably dressed, with security and his assistant trailing behind him. Every head turned, and the laughter faded. His gaze found Lina instantly, taking in her tear-stained face, the coat around her shoulders, and the shredded gown. His jaw tightened, a storm behind calm eyes. He closed the distance to her in a few strides. Gently, he cupped her face. "Lina, what happened?" She shook her head, unable to speak. His voice hardened. "I'm Adrian Sinclair. And this," he said, gesturing to Lina, "is my wife." The lounge went silent. Vanessa, Lauren, and Erica froze. The color drained from their faces. Adrian's calm authority cut through the room. "Would someone like to explain what happened to my wife?" he asked. The bartender, shaking, stepped forward and told the story. The mocking, the snatched phone, the spilled wine, the tearing of the dress. Other patrons confirmed it, some showing recordings. Adrian's assistant, Sophie, stepped forward, pulling up the details. Vanessa Klein, husband Patrick Klein, senior manager at Sinclair Enterprises. Lauren Banks, her family hold a substantial loan through Sinclair Capital. Erica Monroe, recently applied for Crescent Club membership, board chair by Mr. Sinclair. The three women went pale. Adrian's tone was icy. "Vanessa, your husband's position is under review. Lauren, your family's loan will be reassessed. Erica, your application is denied permanently." Vanessa pleaded, "Please, it was my fault. Don't punish him for me." "You should have considered the consequences before you humiliated a stranger," Adrian said coldly. Lina gently touched his arm. His expression softened instantly. She stepped forward, addressing the three women with poise. "What you did tonight was cruel. You judged me without knowing anything about me. You mocked me, humiliated me, destroyed something special, and recorded it for entertainment. Even if I weren't married, none of it would have been acceptable. Kindness is not conditional." All three women hung their heads in shame. "I accept your apologies," Lina continued. "Not because you earned forgiveness, but because holding on to anger would only hurt me. But consequences remain. Learn from this. Be better than you were tonight." Adrian's arm wrapped around her shoulders. "Let's go home," he said. Before leaving, he paused at the bar. "Thank you," he said to the bartender. "Your kindness won't be forgotten." Then louder, "This establishment is closed for the evening." Outside, the cold night air hit Lina, but Adrian pulled her close. "I should have been here," he murmured. "I should have protected you." "You couldn't have known," she replied softly. "Still," he said, his hand cradling her face, "I'm glad you showed your strength tonight." He had arranged a private celebration at their penthouse, catering, music, flowers, and friends. A garment bag with a rose gold gown waited. She changed, refreshed, and stepped into the celebration. Laughter, music, and love surrounded them. The humiliation of earlier vanished into the night. Later, on the balcony overlooking the city, Adrian handed Lina a small box. Inside was a delicate platinum bracelet with a tiny artist's palette charm. "For the woman who colors my world every day," he whispered. Lina smiled through tears. "I love you." "Always," he replied. The three women never appeared in her life again. Patrick Klein kept his job. The bank's loan was restructured, but Erica's club membership remained denied. The recordings of her humiliation never surfaced. The night had torn her dress, but it revealed her strength, her grace, and Adrian's unwavering love. Lina learned that true power is not money, influence, or revenge. It is choosing kindness when cruelty would be easier and walking away with dignity intact. Sometimes karma doesn't wait. Sometimes it walks through the door wearing a perfectly tailored suit,